Hello everyone, please, and welcome to another ranking. This time we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh characters, mainly the main characters, the best friends, rivals, and female leads. I'll probably do villains in another ranking, but for now, let's just do these ones. So we have, for rankings, we have absolute best, great, average, there's no really opinion on them, and straight up terrible. So we have Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dual Monsters, GX, 5Ds, Zexal, Arc 5, Vrains, 7s, and Go Rush. I will say the latter two I recently just started watching, so I'm not going to have too much to say on each of them, but still, I'll do as best as I can for those last four. For now, let's start off with, in my opinion, two completely different characters. Yugi. To me, him and Atem are completely different characters, despite sharing the same body. Well, they're basically the same, but they act so differently from one another, so to me, they're different. So, but Yugi himself, I say he's good. He's definitely not best worthy because we mostly see Atem and not Yugi. Especially when we dueled. I think he only had like a few duels where he did it by himself, but it's still great. But the fact that he also was the one who to defeat Atem when Kaiba really ever couldn't without cheating was just crazy good. But Atem, honestly, I would say, you know what? He's an okay character in my opinion. Like, I do like Atem. Like, he's a great character. Just, I don't know, because of Dual Monsters being the number one, he's always shoved down your throats, while other series, like, we barely get anything from. Like, what? I don't know, when was the last time you really thought of Taya from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal? I'll get to her in a minute, but it's always the first season that you always see, and it kind of gets on my nerves, which is why Atem is not best. But besides that, Atem is still an amazing character in his right. Like, he is actually, you know what? Yeah, screw it, I'll say he's best. But Atem definitely deserves way too much, or he has way too much love, in my opinion, but I still can't help but like the dude. Like, despite Season 4 being an entire filler arc, it was still a great character growth for him. Like, he went into his darkness and regretted it once Yugi sacrificed himself so he wasn't absorbed into the Great Leviathan. That's actually really good character growth that was from a filler arc that was never in the mangas. I really do like that, and it was really great. Joey Wheeler. I say he's a pretty good character. His entire deck revolves around luck, which honestly fits him a lot. Like, he's a pretty good duelist, like, not gonna lie. But his luck strategy is what keeps him from being in probably the top contenders, like, because he really relies on luck a lot, but his luck is really good. Joey is definitely a character I love, and some of his faces he makes is so good. Oh, I just love it, but Joey's definitely a good one. Seto Kaiba, another amazing character in my opinion. Like, you know what? He's best. He's literally the main rival throughout the entire show. Like, he started off as a villain, but he actually became friends in quotations with the main group, but still wants to defeat Yugi and Atem. And he just had so much character growth. Similar to like season 4, the first half of season 3 was just a filler arc, and we saw a Kaiba or side of Kaiba that was never in the original manga that I'm really glad we see. Because we kept seeing stuff from Atem and Yugi's stuff, but never for about Kaiba, which I'm really grateful for, and I wish we get more of that stuff because it's really great. Taya. First terrible character. She is literally an exposition dump and a cheerleader. She has dueled, what is it, 3 times, I think? And each time she won, but the first time she dueled, Mai surrendered, which, in my opinion, does not deserve a win. Her duel against Crumb, like, she deserved that win, because she actually dueled really good, but Taya, in my opinion, is just a terrible character that I really wish didn't exist, because she's just so bad. Exposition dumps are so terrible. I hate them so much. Jaden. I'd say he's pretty good. The main thing that I do not like about it, and it's mainly a GX problem, is they focus way too much on Jaden. Like, if you weren't Jaden, you were basically shoved off to the side. We'll get to the other three here in a second, but Season 3 is definitely the main example, like, or Season 2 and 3, I should say, because if you're not Jaden, you are getting no character development or growth. Like, Season 1, it was okay with the amount of stuff Jaden was, because there was also many things about the other characters, especially Chaz. Hell, even Cyrus got a lot of character growth, and Chumley, for some reason. But Jaden became the main focus around the entire show. I get he's the main protagonist, but when you're literally pushing every other character to the side, like, that's when it's getting annoying as hell. Like, GX suffers from the Jaden syndrome, which almost every single duel, Jaden is the one dueling, and it really sucks. Like, give other characters a chance to duel, like, straight up. And, oh man, I really do like Jaden. The fact that he's the one who has to duel everything, and, I just don't like it. But, on to the next one, Cyrus. You have no opinion, but, actually, you know what? I'm going to change this to I have no clue if you spell that correctly, but mediocre. Cyrus is mediocre. He started off pretty bad. He was able to defeat Paradox, but that's because Jaden did most of the back work. But honestly, I still think Cyrus is good. It just, he barely improved, and by the Season 2, he literally became another damsel in distress that constantly needed to be saved. Like, by Season 2, we introduced ourselves to Hasselberry, and he basically became the Cyrus 2.0, basically the one working with the Jaden most of the time, which really sucks, because, I don't know. And by Season 4, which never got dubbed, which I'm still salty about, but whatever, he, for some reason, combined his Yugioh deck with Zane's Cyber Dragon and Cyber Dark Dragons, which really sucks. Like, those three should not be mixed together. Cyber Darks and Cyber Dragons, like, obviously those two are mixed together because they're so intertwined, it's hard not to keep those together, but the Roids are so dumb that straight up, the fact that Cyrus even made it so far in the GX tournament to begin with is crazy. That just shows how terrible his opponents were. But anyway, Chaz. I love Chaz so much. Like, dude's an arrogant snob like Kaiba, but he gets humbled so much to the point where he realizes his ace card is one of the worst cards to be ever printed, and yet he somehow makes it work with the Ojama trio. Like, straight up, Chaz is an amazing character and one of the best written characters in my opinion, because from Season 1 Chaz, from the first episode all the way to the final episode in Season 4, there is a massive character growth. He's still the same snobbish character, but he's humbled himself to the point where he knows his limits, and the fact that he actually is able to beat Alistair Phoenix without fair one-on-one shows how strong of a duelist he truly has become since the first episode. Straight up, Chaz's growth is just so great. Like, I don't know, Chaz it up is all I have to say. Alexis Rhodes. Another mediocre, like, up until a certain point, I'm going to be hating on the female leads in the Yugioh series because it's a shonen one, all the males get the development while the females get jack squat, and you're going to see it mainly from this one soon enough. But Kiza, in Season 1, she definitely was good. By Season 2 and beyond, she was just there with very little character development and growth. Like the standalone episode where she had to defeat an old crush that stole her mother's scarf really was a good episode. But honestly, that was the really only last true Alexis character growth, that because every other episode was just basically, oh, she's just there and the damsel that needs to be saved. It just sucks. Alexis had so much potential, but yet they wasted it with Jaden. Okay, 5 Ds now. Yusei Fudo. I just love this dude. Like, he's the oldest out of all of the main characters, and I just love it. Like, I don't know, just the entire story throughout it was great. Season 1 definitely was the best. Season 2 was meh, but we'll get to the problem with Season 2 when we get to Akiza. But Season 1 is peak Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, that is one of the best seasons ever made. Like, with the Dark Signers. We'll get to the villains, but the Dark Signers are up there with one of my favorite villains in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise. Oh, but seriously, like, I don't know, Yusei himself, amazing. Like, I just love this dude so much. He's just so great. Like, I can't stop but like him a lot. Oh, but I don't know, but he's definitely up there with one of the best. Crow, he's average. Like, dude is definitely good. He got introduced halfway through Season 1 once they went back to the satellite, if memory serves me correct. But, I don't know, Crow definitely just felt there half the time, and the fact she took Akiza's role in Season 2 kind of really rubbed me the wrong way, because Akiza's story, you know, I'll save Akiza's for when we get to her in a few minutes. But Crow himself really is good. There was rumors of him apparently supposed to being a Dark Signer, but apparently that is false from what I've learned. I don't know. I only heard it once compared to the multiple Dark Signer Crow things, so I have no clue what's true, what's not. But honestly, I kind of would like to see Crow as a Dark Signer instead of Greiger. Like, he could have been annoyed that or pissed off with Yusei for abandoning him and the other satellite ones once he became famous. I don't know, Crow could have been so much better, but by Season 2, he does get his iconic Blackwing Dragon, but I don't know, just Crow just feels like he's just there sometimes, but yet he's still a good duelist, and the Blackwings are really good. They're a glass cannon, and actually a teacher in high school who played Yu-Gi-Oh! That I got along with, and he used a Blackwing deck, so it's really great in my opinion. I had fond memories of those duels, but still. I don't know, Crow just was there. Jack Atlas, another snub arrival. And honestly, he's a really good dude, like straight up. Like, you know what? Season 1 Jack Atlas is amazing. Season 2, however, he started off so rough until we got to the main story arc with all the massive tournament. Like, until that tournament, he was just he was mediocre, like, straight up in my opinion. Season 1 and second half of Season 2 Jack Atlas, amazing. First half of Season 2 is what drags him down to the great tier. He would have been best if it wasn't for that first half of the Season 2, straight up. But I don't know what else to say about Jack. He's just such a great character. His Red Dragon Archfiend is such an iconic card that I just really love it so much, and all the other Red Dragon cards that were printed. I don't know. But on to Akiza. Oh, it pains me so hard to put her there. Like, Season 1 Akiza, she is in best tier. Season 2 Akiza, she's in terrible. So if I have to average it out, she's an average, sadly. Season 1 Akiza, her storyline, amazing. I loved it so much. But Season 2, she was not there. She was literally she went back to school for some reason in Season 2, and so she was never there as a result. She only had like 1, maybe 2 duels in the massive tournament, but then her duel runner got destroyed, so she was basically unable to participate the rest of the time. Which really sucks, because Akiza is such a great character in Season 1 that it sucks that she was ruined in Season 2. And I forget who it was, but someone came in to help write Season 2 and just basically ruined Akiza, in my opinion. It just sucks, because from what I learned, I think she might have had a bigger role in the manga. Oh wait, no, the manga is different from the I keep forgetting the manga is so different, like especially GX. I saw the manga one for GX. Holy crap, it's so different. But anyway, back to Akiza. Season 2 Akiza, it's just so bad. I just feel so sorry for her. On to Zexal. So, similar to Atem and Yugi, we have 2 main characters. First off, Yuma, being the most inexperienced of all of the main characters we've had. Like, besides Udius, but we'll get to him in a bit. But Yuma himself, honestly, I think he's a great character. He starts from an unexperienced idiot to a competent idiot. He's still an idiot, but he's definitely an amazing duelist by the end of the show. Like straight up, like Yuma was able to defeat Astral at his peak when he had all the numbers back and his memory was back. Like that's how strong he was. He was able to defeat the super powerful up Astral. But Yuma himself, in my opinion, definitely was an amazing character in my opinion. Like straight up, I just love the dude. Like I definitely feel most connected with him because I was like the inexperienced idiot that's started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just felt connected to him because I don't know, just him himself. There obviously was a few dumb moments that I just groaned at with Yuma, but then again, I'm a dumb idiot. Yuma deserves to be up there because I can connect to him so much because I felt like Yuma throughout his entire journey. I'm definitely not up to his level on there because, frankly, I don't do competitive stuff and whatever, but it's whatever. Astral himself, I don't know, he just feels there sometimes. He just feels there, which is kind of the point for him because for the first season he just was there and that was the reason he was the reason like they needed to collect the numbers. But by season 2 it actually felt more important, I would say, because he actually had more of a purpose. Like, but it got to more late. I don't remember much of Zexal because it's been forever since I've seen at least season 2. But I don't know. Astral just was a great character in my opinion. He had his funny moments with Yuma, and I don't know. He just was a great character. I don't know, just something about him. I just don't feel like he deserves best tier. Shark. So, for those who don't know, Shark is there's two different versions of Sharks. The Reginald Castle and the Nash version. So I'm only going to be doing the Reginald Castle version because Nash, in my opinion, feels more like a villain than so he's going to be in the villain tier. But Reginald, or Shark as he's called in the show, definitely up there. Like he is an amazing character. Season 1 for him is definitely it's just but he didn't start getting good until like the later half once we started getting more of his backstory. But by season 2 he's definitely increased so much more into an amazing character. Like straight up, obviously the Nash stuff definitely helped, but in my opinion Shark himself minus Nash stuff was really good because we also got his sister Ryu introduced in that season, and I don't know, just once she was introduced he just became an amazing character in my opinion. I don't know why. But onto the rival the rival, because Shark was the best friend. Actually, no. There was actually Bronk who was the best friend, but Shark just feels more like the best friend because Bronk was just one of the cheerleaders and just there. But anyway, the main rival, Kite. I don't know, he just was there half the time. He was an amazing duelist. Like the Galaxy Eyes is definitely an amazing series of cards, but Season 1, he just felt there because he was only interested in collecting numbers to save his brother, Kite, who was basically being forced to use his power to destroy Astral World because of the Baryons. But Kite himself, I don't remember too much of what he did in Season 2. I know he had this rivalry with Mazar, one of the Baryon 7 generals, who also had another Galaxy Eyes card number. I don't know, just Kite just feels like he was there, but still an amazing character. Like, he's definitely top of average, close to actually being in great in my opinion. But there's just something about him that I just can't put my finger on. Like, I don't know. Tori. Now, despite being only having literally one duel in the entire show, and she was being mind controlled for that duel. Like, she didn't even have an official duel because she was mind controlled in the one and only duel she had. But still, I don't know why, but she's just not terrible in my opinion. I don't know, just the way she encourages Yuma and make sure he's just taken care of is just really, I don't know, just sweet. I don't know, Tori just feels like a better version of Taya by a mile, because yeah, she never duels, but she just was mostly a cheerleader. But I don't know, Taya is bad in a bad way, but Tori is bad in a good way, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just like Tori more than Taya by a long shot in my opinion. she's definitely borderline in the terrible tier, but compared to Taya, she definitely is not bad. On to Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Oh, the season that is the most controversial by a mile, introducing pendulums and having one of the worst kind of characters and one of the worst stories, in my opinion. But we'll get to the worst stories once we get to Zuzu. Yuya himself, he's about average, I would say. He's a great duelist, and I don't know. He just because he wants to see the positive in everyone, it just also stunts his growth as a character as a result. Like, he is a good duelist. Like, he's an amazing character as well. Like, but I don't know, just because of just something about it, and the entire story around focuses around him. It just is annoying in my opinion. I just don't really like Yuya all that much. Compared to all the other main characters we had so far, he's definitely the weakest. Like, Jaden definitely had his problems, but he actually felt like he was growing throughout the entire show, even as subtly. But Yuya felt like he never grew as a character. I don't know. To me, Yuya just felt like he was just stagnant and the same at the beginning as he was at the end, compared to everyone else who felt like they'd grown up so much. Like, Yugi has gotten more confident in himself and actually deserves the title of King of Games. Atem is finally resting in the afterlife after being trapped in the puzzle for so long. Yusei was able to build a bridge between Satellite and the new Domino and creating a utopia for everyone. Yuma became a more competent duelist and actually is on par with some of the best duelists on the show. Jaden, yeah, he had his problems, but with being the main focus of the show, but he still grew as a character. Like, he realized, yeah, dueling is not always fun. There's time to be serious and there's time to have fun, but he knows how strong of a duelist he is. But Yuya? What has Yuya done besides from what he's done at the beginning to at the end? Like, he's still the same jokester dual tainer as he was at the beginning of the show. He just has more knowledge. Like, hey, I don't know. And plus, him absorbing the rest of the U-Boys into himself is kind of I don't know. But anyway, let's move on to him, because honestly, the more I think about it, the more mediocre he is. But I don't know, he's just not mediocre. But Gong, in my opinion, is just an amazing character. In my opinion, he's just a fun dude. Like, his super heavy samurai using no spells and traps and only monsters is honestly an amazing thing. Like, in my opinion, and the fact that his monsters are able to attack while in defense mode is really great in my opinion. Like, I just honestly love it a lot. I don't know, Gong just feels there because after a certain point he just barely duels anymore compared to how he was in season 1. But Gong is still an amazing character in my opinion. Declan Akba, honestly an amazing character in my opinion, straight up. He is actually, you know what? Let's move him down, because I don't know, he just was. Season 1 definitely was amazing, but by season 2 and 3, he was just meh. He was a good character, don't get me wrong, but he just season 2 and 3 drags him down a bit. I don't know what else to say besides Declan is an amazing character. I love the dude so much, and I just wish if he was in any other show, he would probably be top tier, but since he was in Arc 5, the mediocre story that it was, it kind of drags him down. Zuzu Boyle. Basically, if Taya was considered the useless exposition dump, Zuzu is literally the definition of damsel in distress. Oh my gosh, she was a terrible person. Or not person. Basically, she was basically the damsel in distress from beginning to end of the show. Yeah, she was a good duelist in season 1, but once the main, like, battle royal where everyone split off from each other, that's when it started showing, like, she's going to be a damsel in distress, like, the entire time. Like, Yuya had to save her no matter what. And as a result, her character growth stunted, because we barely saw her half the time, and she basically was still the same as, like, Yuya. She was still the same as she was at the beginning of the show. In fact, every character from Arc 5 felt like they didn't change at all from the beginning of the show to the end. And Zuzu is the definition of terrible character. Because similar to Yuya, she absorbed all the bracelet girls into her, basically becoming one again. Which, in my opinion, really sucks because all the U-boys and bracelet girls should have stayed their own entities instead of becoming one. Like, it just feels so wrong. Like, you took their lives away. Like, they had their own families, their own loved ones, their own friends that they knew, but yet now they're gone. They're in part of this person that you don't know, and frankly are, in my opinion, I would be pissed that you took my friend, loved one, family away from me. I don't know, that, to me, that would just is a massive insult. And we're not even going to get into the manga version of Arc 5 because, oh my gosh, there is so much incest in that manga. What the hell were they thinking? You know what? I'll just quickly do a brief summary. From what I learned, Zuzu is Yuya's mother, and yet she forgot, and Yuya wants to date his mother because neither of them remember that they're related. Yeah. And also time travel shit that, I don't know, it's just, oh my gosh, it's disturbing. Like, what the hell were they smoking to decide, oh, you know what's good? We're going to make this manga a incest story. As bad as Arc 5 was, I am glad they did nothing with incest, because, oh my gosh, that is disgusting in my opinion, straight up. What the hell were they thinking? On to Vrains. Playmaker or Yusaku, but okay, so before I get into it, there's there's the characters in the Vrains world and the characters in the real life. To me, the real life characters, they're basically just not existent because we spend so much time in Vrains that they feel like they're more like these characters than the actual people that they are in the real life, which kind of is sad. But anyway, Yusaku, aka Playmaker, who I will be referring to as that from now on, is a good character, like straight up. Like from the beginning to the end, he definitely feels like he slowly grew into trusting others because so his little backstory is he was kidnapped as a kid and experimented on to make artificial intelligence through dueling, along with Theodore right here, or Soul Burner, but we'll get to him in a minute. But Yusaku or Playmaker, why do I keep saying that? Playmaker is definitely an interesting character. Like, he never lost a duel. The only duels he technically lost are his draws with Varys. But every other duel he has won. He pretty much has a perfect record throughout the entire show, minus the draws. But in my opinion, Playmaker is pretty good, but his back and forth with I is an amazing character. I will get to I once we get to the villains, because apparently, because I didn't never expect this, but I became the main villain in the third and final season. But I don't know. Playmaker is definitely a good character, but he just feels like he never truly grew because he was already a powerhouse player when the series started. Soul Burner, the character that was introduced in season 2 and then became the best friend character. I don't know, the Soul Burner, his sound and grades are definitely good. It took over the competitive scene for a long time once they were introduced, but in my opinion, he just felt like he was there half the time, in my opinion. Like, Soulburner definitely is an interesting character. I just feel like he just was there, though. You know what? He was there. I don't know. I don't know what else to say besides he was just felt there. Varys or Revolver in the dub. To be honest, I prefer Revolver because his entire gimmick is the dragons with guns. In my opinion, that just feels better. And I will say this, his season 2 design, so much better than the season 1 design, but I could only find a good quality image of season 1, so yeah, he's a pretty good character, like straight up. Like, him wanting to destroy artificial intelligence definitely was an interesting character growth, in my opinion. Like, I do like that. I don't know, just Revolver just was a great character throughout the entire show. Like, I don't know, there was not really a bad moment, in my opinion, that I can think of. Like, he knew what his goals were from the beginning, and he even accepted, like, he screwed up at times and accepted that. Like, I don't know, just Revolver felt like an amazing character throughout the beginning. Similar to Yusaku, it felt like he didn't grow too much, but I don't know. I still really do like him, and his duels with Playmaker is definitely an amazing one. Blue Girl. Blue Girl, or Blue Angel, I should say, because Blue Girl and Blue Angel are the same one, but I don't know, just similar to Zuzu and Taya, she was basically just there and a damsel in distress every time. Any major duel Blue Angel had, she always lost. I think she's only had like one win throughout the entire show, and it was to like a random nobody, Knight of Hanoi. Actually, no, she had 2 wins because she fought an artificial intelligence and won. But every other duel, she lost in humiliating fashion. In my opinion, she just sucked. Like, and thankfully this was the last bad Yu-Gi-Oh main girl league, because we get into the good ones after this. But I don't know, she just felt there and just was pointless. Like, she tried to change herself up thanks to the Aqua Ignis and became the Blue Gal and gained a new deck, but she just still felt there and like she was barely participating. But now onto Yugioh, the 7's main protagonist. Honestly, dude is really good. Like, he didn't grow too much, but I don't know, just he was a competent duelist to create a new type of game in Yu-Gi-Oh! The rush duels, which on my opinion, so I'm going to say this, when 7s and Go Rush first came out, I didn't like them because it was more going to the kiddie audience, which is really sucks, because after a really dark and gloomy version with Brains goes to this hyper kiddie one, I don't know, I just didn't watch it, and I only recently decided to give it a try, and in my opinion, 7s is probably up there in probably my top 3 favorite shows, not gonna lie. It's that damn good. It's so good. I just can't help but love it a lot, like straight up. But 7's definitely is a good one, but Yugioh himself, honestly, in my opinion, is a great character. Like, I don't know what else to say. I always have this problem with something I like. I just don't know how to explain it. When bad things I like, I know exactly how to explain it. But Yugioh himself is, I don't know, it's just he's a really good character, and his 7 Roads series of cards are just really great in my opinion, that I really do love. But on to the main, or the best friend slash rival, but Luke. Luke himself is an amazing duelist. Like, he beat Yugioh all but one duel, and that was the final duel of the show. And it was barely a duel to begin with, to be honest, in my opinion, but I don't know, Luke is definitely a great character. It just, his ego is so goddamn annoying, so goddamn much, like straight up 100%. To me, Luke is just, he's a good character. It's just that ego is so annoying, and I'm glad he's humbled so many times, especially by his sister Tiger. But we'll get to, I might get to why Tiger is a terrible character in a future if I do another ranking. Besides the villain one. But I don't know, Luke is a good dude. Like, I like him a lot, but he just is just annoying with his ego. Roa, the main rival, and honestly, he has an amazing deck. The Royal Rebels, or the Royal Demons in Japanese. I prefer Royal Rebels in my opinion. I don't know why. But Royal Rebels are definitely a cool thing because rock monsters, which are hell yeah. But Roa himself, I really do like it. You know what? He's definitely a great character in my opinion. I don't know exactly why I like him so much, but besides the rock aspect, but he's just an amazing character from start to finish. Like, yeah, he didn't grow. He grew a bit. Like, he truly shows like he cares about others. Because in the beginning, like, he was just he liked to mess with others and was actually cheating in his first duel a little, trying to get Yugioh to get Yugioh to what's the word? Oh yeah, get him disqualified because apparently 7 Roads Magician was a illegal card. But I don't know. Roa is definitely a great character. I just really do like him a lot, like straight up. Like, I don't know, just his personality is just so fun, and I just love it whenever he's on screen. But Roman, the first truly good female lead. Akiza definitely was up there until season 2, but Roman from start to finish was truly an amazing character in my opinion. Like, yeah, she was never the best when it came to dueling, but she still was an amazing duelist. And like she had some amazing moments, in my opinion. Like honestly, like this was truly the first good Yu-Gi-Oh main antagonist girl, like straight up 100%. Like, oh, I just can't help but like her so much. She was just so good. On to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. So, as the time of this recording this, I have only seen up to episode 16 in the English dub because I prefer watching the dubbed over the sub because I at times are doing something else while I'm watching, so I prefer to be listening in and sometimes looking over compared to constantly be looking and trying to read the subtitles because that's how my brain functions. But in my opinion, my opinion on these four might change as time goes on, but for now, what was his name? Yes, Yugioh. He's a pretty good character right now. Him being an alien is definitely an interesting decision, but he's still an amazing character in my opinion. Yeah, he doesn't know Earth stuff all that much, so it's funny to see him interacting with it at times, but it's an old trope that honestly got annoying after a while, but I don't know. Just something about it just reinvented the way he experiences it. I don't know. And he's a really good duelist. Like, he is, like I said, as of now, he is yet to lose a duel until episode 16. I have no clue anything after that because, like I said, I have no clue after episode 16, and I don't want spoilers. You better not spoil Jack shit. But I don't know, he's in a group. Really cool. But now on to Yuhi. Yuhi is definitely an interesting character, not gonna lie. He's definitely not the best one, and honestly, I thought he was going to be the main protagonist until Yugioh showed up and took over it, so he's now the best friend. I don't know. To me, Yugioh just feels, or not Yugioh, Yuhi just feels there every so often, but I still can't help but like the dude. He's just dumb funny, and I just love it for that. Yeah, he feels there, but it's whatever. But like I said, only in 16 episodes, so only so much I can experience with it. Now, Yugioh, the main antagonist of the first arc and the rival of the entire show. For now, my opinion on him is he's a pretty great. You know what? Since I know very little about him besides that first few duels and what has Yugioh said, I just don't really like him all that much, but he's still a really good character in my opinion, and I can't help but like him a lot. I don't know, just my opinion on him is right now probably going to change, same with all the other Go Rush characters, but he's still a pretty good dude. And now for, how the hell do you pronounce her name? Yumana? Or, Yuami? Or, I'm looking at the name, I'm trying to pronounce it, but I keep screwing up. Yumi, or Yuma, her. For now, she, like the other three, she's just feels there, but she's definitely interesting. I would like to say, how the hell is she the president of the UTS group? She's a child, like straight up, she's a child, and yet she is for some reason the president? That is, in my opinion, the stupidest thing I've ever read, or not read, heard. I don't know, just, in my opinion, that is stupid, but still. But honestly, this is it for the ranking. Like, obviously, I might do a villain ranking in the future, but if you guys like this one, but for now, and obviously, like I said, the Go Rush characters probably will change, but as I continue watching the show. But for now, thank you all for watching this. I had a fun time with it, but until then, I'll see you whatever I post next. Bye, guys.